Hello, welcome back to Happy Brewing, Happy Stents and Happy Eating. A quick beer review for you. So what I've done is I've done another Wilco's kit. But before I do that, I'm going to show you. Rather proud of these. There we are. The recipe's on my site of my chili, my banging hot chili sauce, which there's a little video on doing. And I'm quite proud of it because in it I've also managed to grow a Trinidad. It's a chocolate Trinidad scorpion. So there's one of those in there, as well as about 12 or 13 Scotch bonnets. And the recipe there is on my website, banging hot chili sauce, and it's beautiful. It really is, and it'll keep for 2 or 3 months just sitting there, or if I put it in the fridge, it'll keep 5 or 6 months. So that might be something that you might be interested in checking out. So the Wilco's brew kit again is their artisan range. It's called Feeling Hoppy. It's supposed to be quite a hoppy brew. Now this is about the third time I've brewed it, and the reason is because it's very good. What I've done differently with it to bring out that hoppy taste, because when I initially did it, there wasn't really any hoppy taste. Now you do get a little pack with the artisan brewing kits with hops in, and the hops you get are Amarillo, and they're very nice. They're a very floral hop, but I wasn't happy with the amount of hops, so I've hopped them extra. So I've hopped them as I've fermented it, and what I've done is I've used one of those which I've shown you before, is like for flavouring punch. Actually, it's for straining tea. And it's a stainless steel sort of globe basically that you can fill with hops, close it up, and I've suspended it in the liquid, so when I take it out I can just add the extra hops in that you get with the kit. So I've used Sovereign, a good handful in the initial fermentation, and then 4 days in I've then put the Amarillo in as well, and it's made a hell of a difference. So I've used invert sugar, and the other little thing I've done is I've put in half a jar of honey at the fermentation stage. So I've got kilo of invert sugar, half a jar of honey, and an extra big handful of Sovereign hops, and it's made a hell of a difference. It really has. So I'm just going to show you what we're sort of looking at. So I've got my system, my pull system, and I've gone back to the plastic barrel. A word of warning about that system which I showed you how to do, which is the collapsible plastic. You must source a food grade plastic container. You can buy them from the homebrew shops. They do cost about 10 quid up to about 15 quid for a 10 or 15 litre container. You might be able to find one that somebody's throwing away or chucking away, but don't buy a camping one. The reason for them is they taste. There's a taste that they impregnate into the beer. Now I've tried getting rid of it. I've tried soaking it in bleach for 2 or 3 days and then clearing it out. I've tried sodium bicarbonate. I've tried baking soda. I've tried baby sterilising fluid. It does not get rid of the chemical plasticly taste. Even if they say, oh, it's food grade plastic, they're often not. So that's a word of warning, because the system is brilliant. There really is. So if you can get a plastic collapsible container, it'll work, but you do need to invest that little bit of extra money and get one which is completely food grade. And like I said, that's the beer. I could probably put a bit more of a sparkle on it. Let's put a bit of sparkle there. There we go. Right, so you can see that's what we've got. It's clearing up. It clears beautiful actually from the bottom. Eventually, it's dynamite, to be honest with you. It really is. It's got a lovely hoppy flavour now. There's that slight sweetness. I don't know whether any of you are aware of a beer from round here called Enville Ale. Enville Ale's got a lovely honey flavour. I'm not sure how the brewery do that, how they get that honey flavour through, because when you put something into something that is sweet, and especially like honey, it's glucose, the yeast will ferment it out. So how they put that in, even if they put it in at the end, it'll start fermenting, and then you'll get your cloudy beer. So I do not know how they quite get that honey flavour, but you can certainly taste a little bit of sweetness in here. But the main thing is the hoppy taste, which I like. It's very similar to a beer, it's like a cross between Enville Ale and Oakham Citra, and it's got a bit of strength, to be honest with you. I would say it's around about the 5% mark. You can see how clear that's gone now. Yeah, doesn't really do it justice, but you can sort of see my hand through there, and it really is virtually a commercial standard clearness again, and I'll keep using that term. But really, as the taste is very, very pleasant. In fact, I think I'm going to stick with that bitter. You can see the nice head on it there. It's holding the edge of the glass, the froth. You can see, yeah, you can see the clarity a little bit there. Yeah. I'm not kidding, that is really good. So Wilko's kits, 16 quid. 16 quid plus me invert sugar. Now I'm buying normal sugar and I'm inverting. I'll show you how to do that. So that's only less than a quid. So 16, 17 pound. I've already got the hops. So that has cost, if I said £17.50, and I've got a good 40 pints of that, well, say 35, 36 when it's drinkable. I'll always lose a little bit at the bottom. And what I've done is I've started clearing with gelatine, those little sachets of gelatine rather than finings. And if you rack it off twice, you rack it into one barrel, let it clear, then put it into another barrel after your fermentation, and then do a clear on it. I've found that helps a lot, and the gelatine clears better than the finings, and again, they're half the price. So the money you're saving there, you can invest in equipment or better kits. So nobody's losing out at the end of the day, but I found the gelatine works brilliant. So 17, 18 quid's working out at less. It's working out at about 60p a pint again. So you can't buy beer for 60p a pint at proper beer, because it is proper beer. So I really recommend those artisan kits from Wilko's. Okay, not being paid by Wilko's, but I would recommend them. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that. Probably be something foodie next. I haven't really got any beers to do. I am going to be doing the next one again. That's that Black Velvet, and I'm using the treacle on that one because that's the kit I'm coming down on. So see you soon. Happy eating, happy brewing.